This is alternative political analysis, and this video will be on the fact that Donald Trump is to begin defunding Planned Parenthood this Sunday. And this Sunday, which will be the 22nd of January 2017, will be the 45th anniversary of Roe versus Wade and Doe versus Bolton. And this is significant as on that day, two judgments which the pro-life movement would very much like to see overturned were made by an unelected Supreme Court in the judiciary of the United States. And this brings us on to a Gallup poll relating to the Mexico City policy, and 55% of Americans opposed Obama's overturning of the Mexico City policy. 35% of Americans supported it, whereas 7% had no opinion, and this is according to Gallup polls. And 59% of Democrats supported it, 33% of independents supported it, and 8% of Republicans supported it. And the Mexico City policy was made during Reagan's presidency, and it was a rule stipulating that family planning aid could not benefit the abortion lobby. And Obama's overturning of the Mexico City policy led to Planned Parenthood and Mary Stopes getting a share of a $400 million a year budget for their international efforts. Now, what are their international efforts? Well, I can tell you right now what their international efforts are. Trying to impose anti-life laws on pro-life countries. How do I know this? Because they have been throwing the kitchen sink at Ireland for a few years now, including opening a Mary Stopes clinic, which quite frankly isn't wanted. And quite frankly, if someone went down Royal Avenue right now and planted a bomb at Mary Stopes and razed it to the ground, I would celebrate, quite frankly. And they should take their noses out of where their noses are not wanted. And the same with that Repeal the 8th campaign. And the only reason they want to repeal the 8th Amendment to the Free State Constitution is not because they have a problem with the Free State. No, they have a problem with not being able to kill babies in the Free State, and let me be clear about that. And quite frankly, they are disgusting fascists for doing so. Moving on after that rant, and to defund the rest of Planned Parenthood's corporate welfare scrounging, a bill will need to be passed through Congress to prevent Medicaid covering abortion clinics. And quite frankly, they shouldn't be getting any Medicaid funding. Medicaid was supposed to be healthcare for the poorest working class people. It's not so some privileged little snob can kill a baby. And another thing, when Lyndon Baines Johnson introduced Medicaid, it did not cover abortion. How do I know? Because he introduced it in the 60s and Roe and Doe were in the 70s, as I've already told you. And that's another thing that needs to happen on Trump's presidency. Roe versus Wade, Doe versus Bolton and Planned Parenthood versus Casey all have to be overturned. And better still, under the US Constitution, the judiciary never had any right to make those judgments. Legislatures make law, judiciaries apply them. I shouldn't have to explain that, but common sense is not all that common, as I've been saying in recent videos.